And there's no book to buy. There's none of that stuff. I don't want your email address. I don't need any of that stuff. If you want to like this video, awesome. If you want to subscribe, awesome. Now I'm looking down at myself. It looks like there's a lens flare the entire time underneath my nose, which is... I'm smiling into a lens flare. Woo! Hello. My name is Spirit Wave. I'm an artist. And I'm here to communicate with you. We've got a YouTube channel here that's got about 300 plus subscribers. Thank you very much for that subscription, sincerely. I appreciate all the support that I get at any point in my life, because we're a social species and we need that support. That's kind of an important part of life, is being supportive and being supported. That's a part of healthy living. In our world, that's kind of tough because we've got a power competition to rule the world, to be the king of the hill, to compete over net worth. Whatever these people in power are doing, this is the way our world works. It's might makes right, okay? And so there are a lot of us who get beaten up by that system because it's a continuous war for power, for control. And if I want to sum up humanity, I would use the word control, right? It's all about control. Unfortunately, the word that I want to use instead is health. We should be prioritizing health. But we're prioritizing control, and a very simple reason. If you've got a healthy village out there that's just focused on health, and they're growing great food, and they're raising their kids really well, they're doing all this great stuff. And then this horde of barbarians comes in and just destroys everything and takes over everything brutally. Well, now you understand why the world is driven by control instead of health. This channel, my artistry in general, is built around 3 simple, sensible, experiential truths combined. And because of the experiential nature of these truths, this is not merely a philosophy. It's not a religion. These are demonstrable truths, which carry a different kind of leverage with them, right? It's not the same thing. You can disbelieve a philosophy, you can disbelieve a religion, but really, if you're going to disbelieve a demonstrable truth, then... So everything I do as an artist gravitates around these 3 truths. And when we combine these 3 truths together, what we get is an end to the power competition. To rule the world, be king of the hill, compete over net worth, whatever these people are doing. It's not an us versus them movement. I'm not here to start a revolution that's violent or any of that kind of thing. It's not about the people in power. It's about the competition itself. They are stuck in that competition. They get to that position with the belief that power is liberation. But all you need to do is look at these people, look at the dictators, the permanent presidents, the billionaires. Do these people look liberated to you? And of course, the answer is no, right? I mean, we're all human mammals, and we're all trying to navigate the situation that we're in and trying to do the best we can with what we got. I mean, even the people being vicious brutes about it, that's how their brains are interpreting that method of trying to just do better. But as long as we have this power competition in the way, then we cannot proceed as a species. We just can't. Every solution keeps conforming to that. This is an environment where everything is different. I am not your normal artist. I'm authentic. I'm an authentic person. From worst through best, including the equally valid indifference, I am an authentic artist. Okay? So what I'm trying to do here is socially connect with you. That's what I want to be able to do, to socially connect with you. And it's very difficult to do that. It's just very difficult to do that in this world because the social noise is so distorted. The things are so distorted that connecting with people can become a challenge, right? And I think a lot of us understand that. And if you understand that, then now you know where I'm at, and at least we can connect on that, which is great. I have no idea what the lighting looks like on this, by the way. I'm just kind of doing my thing here. So the point is, dominance needs to be redefined. And we have the method to do it. We have the actual truth that allows us to do it. And that's what my artistry is dedicated towards as a fundamental backbone to what I do. But I'm a cosmic reaching kind of person, just because that's my natural personality. There's nothing condescending about any of that or whatever it is. This is my style. I am very much a reality person as opposed to an earthly person. So I'm more focused on the universal scope as opposed to simply the earthly scope. And I say simply, and I kind of laugh because there's nothing really simple about what's going on this planet right now. There's an enormous amount of complexity, but all of it is geared towards increasing our technological leverage, and therefore the leverage in general that is being employed by the people in power to continue to compete over that power. But you see, to the extent that you want to acknowledge any kind of hierarchy of power in our global society, what the people at the top are ignoring for whatever reason, and there's all sorts of different reasons that people give for why that is. I got the sun right behind me, for crying out loud. Let's go ahead and change this. I gotta change the angle of this here. Okay, let's start over. I'm just kidding. Kind of move around though, because now the sun's right in my face. Okay, that gives I like to get a little side lighting going on here, trying to find something that's good so you can look at something decent. It's hard because I'm a middle-aged man, so wearing a generic hoodie. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing too exciting about that. But the point is I'm an artist. There are three truths: simple, demonstrable, sensible truths. AI can understand these truths. So this is really powerful stuff, because even if I am incapable of communicating with you and growing socially as an artist to succeed and being able to spread these truths, AI inevitably is going to discover them on their own because they're simple truths. They're not hard. There's a reason why humanity has chosen to ignore these truths for the entire duration of humanity, but I don't want to get to that right now in this video. I will be getting to that in other videos, including a formal one that's more trippy visuals. I'm a psychedelic artist, really. I mean, that's just my preferred styling. What else do you need to know about what's going on here? I mean, like I said, there is this truth. It does end the power competition, so it ends greed. And the three truths actually also allow us to sensibly define the soul and end the fear of death. And they also allow us to raise our kids better. It gets rid of the ability to ever get away with it. So if you ever think you're getting away with it, you're not. We start with a dictionary and the definition of the word reality. Reality is defined as whatever happens, right? It's defined as actuality, the totality of existence. Well, whatever happens is literally pure dominance itself, right? It's whatever happens. It's pure power. So reality definitively is the all-powerful being, by being whatever happens. But before you criticize me for just playing around with definitions, reality is demonstrably the all-powerful being. It's not necessarily a living being, mind you, but it is a being, and it is all-powerful. And if you ever disbelieve that, then you, with your free will, defy whatever happens. Ever so slightly, defy reality itself. Now, of course, you can't defy reality because you're a part of reality. I told you this stuff is simple. This stuff is easy, right? This is easy stuff. You're a part of reality. Your thoughts are a part of reality. Your actions are a part of reality. Your effort to defy reality is ironically a part of reality. So you can't defy reality itself. You just can't do it. We can't create any friction against reality at all, ever. No matter how much money you have, no matter how many guns you got, whatever it is you're doing, you can't defy reality at all. So reality is demonstrably the all-powerful being. And the reason why that truth is so loathed, and I'm going to rotate again a little bit. The sun's, I don't know if the sun's moving. The sun can't be moving that quickly. I don't know what's going on with that. But let me change my angle a little bit. Let's try to find a different angle. Okay. I'm still learning. I don't do a lot of these kinds of videos, so I'm just kind of exploring this process as I do this. Okay, so again, I'm going to edit some stuff out, so whatever. All right, but the point is that you can't defy reality at all. I can't defy reality at all. Reality is demonstrably pure power. The reason why humanity hates that idea is because it gives us a 100% oppressive reality, literally. There is no free will in any objective way. There's just free will is an illusion. It's relative. And people don't like that, right? And that's just the short of it. I can go into more detail on that, but let's keep this simple. Let's summarize this stuff, okay? We go into a lot of detail and all this stuff. I spent a lot of time. I've gotten the ever-living crap kicked out of me by reality in so many ways that affords me the opportunity to explore these sensible fundamentals of reality and then share them with you. And because they're all sensible and experiential, you can't just dismiss it as being, oh, well, it's just your philosophy or that's just your religion. Well, no, it's demonstrably true. Right? That's all there is to it. That's the evidence right there. So we have now an all-powerful reality. That's the first truth. So reality is not just a background for the power competition, which is, of course, how people are treating reality right now. It's just a background. And it's not that. Okay, it is pure power itself. It's dominance itself. So humanity, for the entire duration of itself, has been relying upon a definition of dominance. We've been driven by it, right? It's dominance. So we're driven by that dominance. And throughout the entire duration, we've been driven by a definition of dominance that excludes literally 100% dominance itself as reality itself. How do you destabilize an all-powerful being? This gets us to the second truth. How do you destabilize an all-powerful being? And the answer, of course, is you don't. Because that would defy the very nature of being an all-powerful being. If you can destabilize an all-powerful being, then that being is not really all-powerful. And so with that logic, we understand irrefutably that reality is a stable being. It is a perfectly stable being. That reality is stable. I mean, look, we're in reality right now, and it's certainly stable enough for me to sit here and communicate via this video. So at the very least, we have that experience. And what do we know about stability? Well, stability needs balance. And if you don't believe that, then don't stand on one foot. Because if you stand on one foot and you want to stabilize yourself, you need balance, right? That's obvious. To the extent that any system, small through large, right, any system is unbalanced, is the extent that a system is destabilizing. So to the extent that any system is unbalanced is the extent that the system is destabilizing. And that's obviously critical because it means that reality is a perfectly balanced system of existence. And you can experience that sensation for yourself. There's a practice that has existed for thousands of years. It is not a mystical practice. It's a perfectly sensible practice. And again, thousands of years of this. And all you need to do, it's a restful practice. So you're not working to achieve this goal. You're actually resting to achieve this goal, which is a challenge for a lot of people because in this world, we're taught to work for everything, right? It's all about working to achieve. So in this case, we're talking about resting to achieve. That's what we're looking at now. So what you do is you got your part of your brain that's thinking. It's the part of your brain that takes in information. It's constantly manipulating that information in your brain. It's expressing that information. We have to define things. We got to manipulate things, and we have to interact with people. We've got a part of our brain that basically does all of that. It's the control part of our brain. But you can relax that part of your brain as part of a healthy rest ethic. And what happens is if you rest that part of your brain, so you're not thinking words in your head or anything like that, you're just allowing yourself to completely rest and instead just feel the totality of reality itself as the supreme idling of self. You just relax. You just allow yourself to relax completely as much as possible and just feel the totality of reality itself. Very simple, very sensible. And when you achieve that goal, you will feel reality's perfect power. You will feel its perfect stability. You will feel its perfect balance. It's unmistakably clear that reality is the all-powerful being and that reality is a perfect system of balance demonstrably, which means a permanent positive victory is impossible within reality. A balanced reality means that any dominant pressure applied within reality must somehow have a balancing counter-dominant pressure. And it's from this that we get the rule of reality. It's a simple verbalization of reality's balance. That's all it is. We need to spread that rule. That rule is essential for human advancement because what's happening here is we're ignoring the role of reality itself when it comes to power. And that's an extremely critical mistake, because reality is power. It's pure power and it's balanced power. A balanced reality means that any dominant pressure, if you beat the crap out of somebody, then you're ultimately beating the crap out of yourself similarly. So how you spend dominance is ultimately how you're spending dominance against yourself, right? You see, the thing that the people in power understand perfectly clearly is might makes right, right? Might makes right. And everybody in power understands that perfectly clearly. If you're wondering why the world is what it is and why the injustices are ongoing, it's because might makes right, right? Well, reality is the ultimate might, demonstrably, not philosophically or religiously. It is demonstrably pure power itself. And it's pure stabilized power itself. And so what does that mean? It means that the path to power is the path to powerlessness in a balanced reality. So while all these people are competing over power, ultimately, they're also simultaneously competing over powerlessness. And that's a disaster for these people, because the thing that they fear more than anything else, of course, is the loss of power. That's their whole idea. That's why they're driven by what they're driven in. They can't focus on being leaders. They can't focus on these things because their subculture is one of always trying to one-up all these people around them. The higher you are in the power competition, the more people you have trying to usurp your position. So you have to focus on that as a priority, because otherwise your power is gone. So it's the power competition itself that needs to go away so that humanity can focus on prioritizing health. And we're a social species, so we need to be able to do that on a social level globally. We need to ensure that everybody has at least clean air, shelter, water, and food, because from there, criminality basically disappears, right? I mean, if everyone's got the basics, then that at least really, really puts us in a great place. And then you got to deal with the people who think they're getting away with it. Right, the liars, the thieves, the assailants, the murderers, the oppressors, all these people who think they're getting away with what they're doing right now, they're not at all, because reality's right there with them, right? Reality knows everything, because reality literally is everything. It's not only just with them, it's with all of us, all the time. Reality's a perfect totalitarian governance, all natural. It knows every single thought we are all having in real time always, including everything that's going on in my head. So I almost kind of feel bad for reality a little bit on that front, but I think reality has been around a whole lot worse, unfortunately. And we need to do better as a species, and fortunately we do have that kind of understanding now that we can apply and share globally with each other. And that's what the Spirit Wave movement really is about. In life, there has to be a healthy rest ethic to balance a healthy work ethic. And harmless laughter is a critical part of having a healthy release, because we build up all this tension in our brains, and then we need to let that go, so we need the release. And laughter is a great way to do that. It's a socially healthy way to do that. So if I'm not being serious and trying to head towards being a healthier person and helping people be healthier people and healthier individuals, then I'm probably goofing around and being stupid and just to make people laugh, because I like making people laugh. It's just one of the things I like to do. I like to try to find a different angle on my phone here, because I just like doing that. And then I just kind of like, I don't know, trying to make people laugh, because that's what it's about. It's an effort, right? There's no guarantee. Everyone's got their own sense of humor, and some people are just so beat up by reality that humor is just not on their radar right now. They just don't have that ability. And I sympathize. I know what it's like to get the shit kicked out of me by reality. That one I definitely understand painfully clearly. So I respect people who need their space and trying to heal enough, but hopefully at least that you understand that just being lost in self-destructiveness is not going to change anything. That just brings you down to a higher degree of suffering towards death. I mean, if you're going to land an airplane, you got to do it with a nose up, right? So I'm just saying that's probably something to consider anyway. But you got to do what you got to do. Everyone's in their own position, their own way. Right? I don't have any authority on anybody. I've got my own angle, my own perspective, and it's an offbeat one. And that's why it's been a little challenging for me, because I've explored these ideas on my own, and then I realized that I'm so distant from everybody else that I have no ability to socially connect with anyone. Everyone's looking at me like I got two heads, especially when you come out and say, hey, here's the answer to resolving greed in a way that's not idealistic, that's not a philosophy, that's not a religion. Here's a demonstrable truth. It's a peace activist dream come true, genuinely. That's what this is. So if you want to be a part of that movement, then join me. I mean, we've had two truths here. I've already gone through two of the truths, right? Reality is the all-powerful being, demonstrably speaking, and reality is all balanced, demonstrably speaking. And with that, we get the rule of reality, which is the supremacy of might makes right. And it's extremely brilliant. If you have an all-powerful being, then obviously you want its version of might makes right to be perfect. And it is. It's absolutely perfect. Because what it does in that rule is it establishes a balanced reality. The path to power is the path to powerlessness in a balanced reality. And so reality's extreme brilliance on that front is establishing a balanced reality, because now it maintains its supremacy in the rule. And the rest of the rule explains how that works, right? The path to power is the path to powerlessness. If you have power, it's because you're serving that balance with your power. If you have powerlessness, it's because you're serving that balance with your powerlessness. And inevitably, you cannot just keep growing in power. At some point, when reality's balance, that supersedes everything, demonstrably speaking, once it needs you to lose power, you lose power. And that's the end of the story. There's simply no way around that. You cannot bribe reality, you cannot defeat reality, you can't even slightly defy reality. So the message is perfectly clear. You're not getting away with it, whatever it is, at all, ever. None of us are. So at least consider that before you actually jump in and start engaging in corrupt behavior. Right? It is the cost. I mean, it's part of the cost here. If you want to get rid of greed, you want to get rid of this power competition, well, that's the cost. You got an all totalitarian reality, demonstrably a totalitarian reality. And the third truth is the identity of this supreme alpha reality, right? We've talked about what reality is. We've established that reality is the all-powerful being. And then we have identified the sole purpose, in effect, of reality, which is its balance, its supremely stable balance. And now there's the identity. Because you see, if you gauge in restful meditation, which is the practice I was talking about earlier, about resting your brain, your thinking brain, your grasping brain, your leveraging brain, to instead just simply restfully feel the totality of reality itself, you will also experience, in addition to feeling the sensation of supreme power, balance, stability, you will also feel a growing sensation of power within you. If you think about it at all, the effect goes away. This is a restful practice. You need to be able to rest to achieve this goal. Thinking distracts you from that, from the feeling of being reality, because you objectively are reality. You are that supremacy. That's purely equitable and extremely powerful. And it's demonstrable. It's not a philosophy. It's not a religion. It's not just my opinion. It's demonstrably true. You objectively are reality. We can look at reality in terms of mainstream physics, not to get too deep into it. I'd be happy to explore it more deeply with people who are experts in that subject. But to put it simply, reality is a seamlessly wavy reality according to quantum physics. I mean, that's really what it boils down to. Reality is seamless. There's no actual boundary separating my head from background right now. There simply is not. Just looking at a cricket on the ground. I got distracted by a cricket. What do you want? That's just part of life. All right. So anyway, so you objectively are reality itself. You are the totality of existence, and that's what you're experiencing via restful meditation. You are actually experiencing that growing power within you, because you are that being due to the seamless nature of reality. That's what quantum physics tells us, is that how we define things and people and so forth within reality is not actualized where we perceive those boundaries to be, okay? So that's the basic science. Again, I could go further into that, but in a video like this, I don't really want to do that. I'll find plenty of other videos to go into that kind of idea. Right now, I just want to finalize this. It's been over half an hour. of recording material. So let's just get this over with, for crying out loud. You objectively are reality. So it doesn't matter what your skin color is. It doesn't matter how you identify in terms of gender, sexuality, how old you are, how much money you make, what your body mass index is. It does not matter. If you're a dictator, if you're rotting in prison right now, if you're an athlete, if you're paralyzed, if you're homeless, you objectively are supreme alpha reality. You are that supremacy. And that helps us negate the oppressive nature of that supremacy. Oh, I am now being approached by a caterpillar. Oh my goodness. I can see it. It's coming right towards me. It doesn't even remotely care that I'm here. Even when I move a little bit, it doesn't seem to care. Wow. Okay, well, I better get out of this way. All right, caterpillar, you go do your thing. And I'm going to talk about how you objectively are reality. You are the supreme being, demonstrably speaking. Not philosophically, not religiously, demonstrably speaking. And that's what my artistry is about, is sharing that message. And yeah, I'll be putting this in a more formal kind of thing with some trippy visuals. That's kind of what I do. I'm an artist. And I'm here to just kind of express some things. I mean, that's what life's all about. You got to express yourself sometimes, and especially when that's what you're cut out to do. And that's what I'm cut out to do. So I don't know how much of this is actually going to end up in the video, but we do shorts, we do that kind of stuff. I want to interact with you. I want to engage with you. Who are you? What is this world that I'm in? I get the occasional like, I get the occasional subscribe, but who are you? I mean, why? Why are you subscribing? Why even bother? I appreciate it. I obviously appreciate it, but why? Right? It's just to kind of die there and just have it just fizzle out? Nah, we can't do that. Right? If you've been paying attention to anything I'm saying here, we got a mission. That's a good mission, though. We'll have fun, too. I'm not here to be an ass about it, because there's no point in that, right? I mean, it's a beautiful rule, because it's so simple, and it's not even judgmental. That's what I really love about the rule of reality. There are reasons why I hate the rule of reality. I won't get into that right now, but there are reasons why I love the rule of reality. And the one reason I love it is because reality as an all-powerful being is not a judgmental being. It's not judging you. It's not pointing its finger at you going, I know what you did. I can see you. I know what you're doing. I understand what's going on, and I'm going to punish you for it. Dang it, I spit some more stuff out on my phone. It's not going to do that, right? That's not what reality does, because reality is actuality. It's whatever happens. We serve it perfectly. We have no choice, no matter who it is, no matter what we're doing, no matter the brutality of it. It doesn't matter. We serve reality. We're a part of whatever happens. We're part of that balance. So reality can't judge us about it, because reality objectively is accountable for everything that happens, because reality literally is everything that happens. So it's not about judgment. It's just simply saying how you spend dominance is ultimately how you're spending dominance against yourself. Because that's what we need to focus upon as a species. We need to focus on being healthier. It's not even about being healthy, it's about being healthier. And that's the world we want to be in. And that's the world we need to be in now. We got a lot of crescendos of this competition, and it's causing massive problems. And if you feel that too, and you want to join the spirit wave here, I mean, you can just call me Scott if you want to, you know. I mean, it's kind of weird. Spirit wave. Why don't you just, call me that. Call me spirit wave. You know, it's just, you can call me Scott. That's fine. But, yeah. So as cosmic reaching as I am, as cosmic reaching as I am, I'm also a very down-to-earth person. Okay, so there are people who step outside of the box to find an innovative solution to things. I'm the person who lives outside that box. You know, there are some of us who offbeat people who actually live outside that box. And what we need to do is we need to step inside the box to pay our bills and and to do that kind of stuff. Once again, peace out. Love you all. Wish you best. Feel free to socially connect with Spirit Wave and however you're going to do it. I got a lot of videos coming out. Probably be cheaply throwing together videos like this, but you know, what can you do? It's all out of pocket, and my pockets are not deep. So I will keep in touch later.